What's up, everybody? This is Zach coming to you from My Freedom Smokes, here today to talk to you about the Cubist tank and the CUBOID regulated 150 watt device by JoyeTech. This is a first look from us for this tank and this device, which both I was fairly impressed with. As you can tell by the name, Cubist and CUBOID, they do go together. The tank itself is a very innovative design. It has no leaking issues whatsoever, and the reason why it has no leaking issues is because the airflow is from the top. Everything is from the top. A lot of tanks out there are becoming top fed but still have bottom airflow, stuff like that. This has top airflow and it's top fed. Everything is directly from the top, so you're not going to have any reason for it to be leaking out the bottom because the entire bottom of this tank is sealed off. And the device itself goes up to 150 watts. It is temperature controlled. It does read down to a 0.1. So even though these two go together, you don't even necessarily need to use this tank if you don't like it. This device itself is great. And I've ran RDAs on it. I've ran RTAs on it. I've thrown a 0.15 on there. I've thrown all the way up to a 2 ohm coil on there, and it reads everything perfectly. The tank itself does only come with a 0.5. That's the lowest ohm coil they have out for it right now is a 0.5. So it comes with a 0.5 SS316 coil. It comes with a 1 ohm SS316 coil and a 1.5 ohm Clapton coil. The 1.5 ohm Clapton coil is pretty cool. I know that's pretty high ohm, so a lot of people out there probably don't mess around with 1.5 ohm coils anymore. I know a lot of people are going sub ohm these days, which is perfectly fine, but for flavor and just an all-around great long-lasting coil, that 1.5 Clapton is awesome. Even the 0.5 is great. That's what I have in it right now. I'm running it at 35 watts. So even though this device does go up to 150, with this tank coming with it, you don't really have any need for 150 watts unless you plan on throwing something else on there. But like I said, it still is awesome. The cool thing about this is it is running in series. So I'm running this at 35 watts. And it's only going to take power from one battery until you get to probably like 70, 80 watts. Then it's going to take power from the other battery. So I've been running off the same 2 batteries since I got this thing probably like 3-4 days ago. I haven't been using it continuously, but I've been using it enough to where I should have already had to change batteries, but I don't have to because it's only taking power from one battery, which is pretty cool. And then when that battery gets to about 3.4 volts, I noticed that it starts taking power from the other battery. So it's going to help with the selling your batteries that you're throwing in this thing. Longer lasting cell, battery safety and all that is definitely comes into play with this device. Now the tank itself, like I said, it's top fed. It comes with a stainless steel drip tip, and it comes with a clear drip tip, whatever you want to use, whatever you want to throw on there. Doesn't matter, it's up to you, it's your choice. Okay, so like I was saying, this is a very innovative design for a tank and to get away from leaking issues in tanks and stuff like that. This, as you can see, I am moving this piece right here. This is the airflow. This is where your airflow comes in. So you can close it, have it wide open, so you can get any kind of draw that you want. To fill this thing, you're going to want to unscrew this piece right here, which is where the 510 is for the drip tip. When you unscrew it, you pull it out. This is the chimney, as you can see, everything right there. Then you pull this piece off. This is your airflow ring. As you can see right here, it has some grooves in it, and that's for these notches right here to catch it, so it doesn't just keep spinning for your airflow. As you can see right here, you can actually see down inside of it where the coil starts all the way at the bottom. That's pretty cool. You just want to unscrew this entire piece, and you pull everything out. You pull the coil, the rest of the chimney. You can see right here, this is where your airflow is. And this is where you fill it up. When that piece is out, you can go ahead and just fill up your tank. Like I said, do not fill it up past this line, because if you do fill it up past this line, as you can see, the juice is pretty low, but when I put that thing back in, put more space in there, there's nowhere for the juice to go, so it just goes up. So if you fill it up to that line where it says max, and you put this back in there, your tank actually will be filled up all the way, which by the way, it is a 3.5 mil tank, so it holds a decent amount of juice. And I haven't seen or messed around with any other tank like this that has a design like this, but I very much like this design. It's a very cool design, and I just like everything about this tank, to be honest with you. Even the airflow being top fed, it still has a very nice draw. So yeah, that's it for the Cubus, and just want to go ahead and show you guys this pretty cool, innovative design that JoyeTech has dropped on us for a no leaking tank. Another thing, you want to make sure that the coil is screwed all the way down. You want to make sure everything is making a connection to the bottom of the tank itself, because if it is not, then as you know, no connection means no current. No current means no power, so you're not going to be able to hit your tank, and then you're going to be sad. Nobody wants anyone to be sad. So yeah, that's it for the Cubus. All right, and this is the CUBOID mod itself. I'll go ahead and show you guys the screen. Turn it on. Good to go. So it does also have right here is where your voltage is, showing me that I got a 0.5 ohm coil in here, so I'm running it at about 35 watts of power, and that's coming out at about 4.22 volts, which is pretty cool. It does have a hit counter, so when you hit it, it's going to tell you how long it's going to be. All right, I hit that, it's hold down the button for about a second, which is pretty cool. And your ampage, shows your amperage when it's being hit, along with the hit counter. So this thing is temperature controlled, but I'm not using a temperature control coil right now, so there is no settings for temperature controlled, because it's not recognizing that the coil is nickel or titanium, which it also does read them both. So unfortunately, I can't show you guys any of those settings. I don't have a temperature control coil in there right now. But also, what I do like about it is it's showing the life of both batteries that are in there, my left and my right battery. As you can see, that like I said, I've been using these batteries for a couple days, and my right battery isn't even at 75%. My left battery is at about 75%, which I'm very impressed with that. I'm very impressed with the battery life of this. I know that that's one thing that a lot of people are leaning more towards now. They don't feel like plugging it up. They don't feel like taking batteries out, plugging them in. You don't feel like buying more batteries. You don't feel like buying a battery charger and all that. So I completely understand. People are busy. You ain't got time for that. People got busy lives. Also, another thing is it is USB, micro USB capable, so you can plug this thing up and charge both batteries through this. Or you can plug it up to your computer, because this thing is going to be upgradable, which is pretty cool. They haven't really released anything on what is going to be upgraded about this, but they have released that it is an upgradable device, which I'm looking forward to what they're going to be throwing out there to make this thing upgradable. But yeah, so 5 clicks on, we'll go ahead and 5 clicks off. So yeah, that's the specs of this thing. Temperature controlled all the way up to, I believe, 600 degrees. Reads down to a 0.1 ohm coil. So whatever you're throwing on there is gonna run fine. Is a bit heavy, but I like the look, I like the screen, I like everything about the device. Yeah, and the difference between this device and other devices is, I mean, just the look, really. I mean, there's a ton of regulated device sizes out. God damn it. The difference between the regulated device, and other regulated devices is really, it's just the look, the screen, stuff like that. I mean, there's a ton of regulated devices out there, but I really do enjoy this. I enjoy the weight, I enjoy the size. It doesn't feel too clunky in your pocket unless you're wearing tight pants, whatever you want to wear, it doesn't matter, but that's just what I feel about the clunkiness of throwing this thing in your pocket. The tank itself, I love the tank. The difference from this tank and other tanks out there is definitely the innovative design on everything being top fed, even the airflow. So my final thoughts on both of these: the regulated device is great, the tank is awesome. All 3 coils for it that come with it are great coils, long lasting coils, great flavor, great vapor production from the 0.5. You know, when you get to a 1.5 ohm coil, you're not really pushing out a lot of vapor, but a lot of people don't like that, and that's cool. That's why those coils are out there. That's why they still are being made. That's pretty much it for the first look on the Cubus and the oh, sorry, caught myself. One final thing I want to say about this is that I know that this is, but I just want to say this. I know that we're going to show it, but I need to let them know. The tank itself, since everything is being top fed, it does have a line on the stainless steel part that says max, and that means that when you're filling this tank, you do not want to get any juice past that max line. Fill it up to that max line and leave it alone, because when you put the chimney and the coil back down into the tank, it's gonna start overflowing, and then it is gonna leak, but that's gonna be user error. If you follow the rules and the instructions that this thing gives for this tank, you're not gonna have any leaking issues whatsoever. And that's just my final thought on it. And both of them, I give them both an A+ in my book. Yeah, and that's, once again, this is Zach coming to you from My Freedom Smokes. I hope all you beautiful people have a good day.